Have you ever seen an HOA go so far that they destroy a home and don't realize who they just messed with? And if you have, comment, because this one is unbelievable. What would you do if you came back to your property and found it demolished over fines you never owed? This story began with a phone call that made my chest go cold before the first word finished. It happened high in the mountains near Telluride, Colorado. I owned a secluded mountain mansion there, built legally, permitted, and fully paid off. The home sat near an HOA community, but was governed under a special development agreement with limited oversight. I was out of state, on official business, when a neighbor called and said heavy machinery was on my land. By the time I arrived, my house was gone, reduced to rubble. The HOA claimed I failed to pay fines and they enforced compliance. My reaction was silent, because shock that deep turns into focus fast. I asked for their paperwork and they proudly handed me a violation ledger. The fines were fabricated. No court order, no lien, no foreclosure, just an HOA vote. So I didn't yell. I planned. First, I pulled my deed, title insurance, and the recorded development agreement. It clearly limited the HOA's authority and required court approval for any enforcement action. Next, I requested police reports and demolition permits. There were none. Then I obtained drone footage from a nearby property showing the demolition in progress. I also recorded calls with the HOA manager admitting they rushed the action to send a message. That call was everything. Here's what I planned next. I would let the law handle it at the highest level possible. Because what they didn't know was this: I was the sitting governor of the state, not acting as one, actually sworn in, and I separated my private role from my public one very carefully. Execution was quiet, but devastating. My personal attorney filed an emergency injunction and civil suit for unlawful demolition, trespass, and property destruction separately. State investigators reviewed permit violations and criminal exposure. I never made a speech. I never made a call. I let documents do the talking. The consequences were immediate. The whole board was suspended pending investigation. Their insurance denied coverage due to illegal action. Criminal charges were filed against the board members for property destruction. The HOA was ordered to pay full replacement value of the mansion, plus damages. The management company lost its license statewide. The payoff was standing on my land months later as reconstruction began, funded entirely by the people who thought they were untouchable. They didn't lose because of who I was. They lost because they ignored the law. If abuse of fake authority getting crushed feels satisfying, share your thoughts below. If you love HOA justice stories, like the video and subscribe.